welcome to a trip that I must admit I'm a wee bit concerned about. I'm not even sure this is going to happen. Only time will tell.
You didn't mean to come here. What to do is if you just stand there, I'll get you back here in 5 minutes, okay? I'll get there both here back.
I haven't exactly picked the best day for it, but how do you fancy a trip out to Tyree? Now the problem is we've got some pretty nasty weather rolling in, so flights to and from the island could easily get cancelled. And as nice as Tyree surely is, I can't afford to get stranded there. This could get interesting, folks. Now the Loganair barcode in my phone never seems to work at these machines. I might have to go and get a paper copy, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's worked. That's a first. So we're through security and it looks like we're going to get to Tyree, but will we get off again? That's the question. On the bright side, I won't be needing any of those, will I? I'm going to have a breakfast here at the airport because when you fly to the wee Scottish Islands, let's be honest, you never know when your next hot meal's going to be. So let's get filled up while we've got the chance. I must admit I love a wee Frankie and Benny's breakfast. And this will keep me going if things start to go south from here, eh? I'm getting desperate. Maybe Zoltar can tell me how this trip's going to go.
An ancient proverb for you from the great Zoltar. Be happy while you're living, for you are a long time dead. Give Zoltar more monies, and I will give you more wisdom for your journey.
Although the gate's not displaying correctly on the screen yet, if you're catching one of the smaller planes at a Glasgow airport, you can always be sure that they're going to leave from the lower gate numbers. Normally gate number 1, I think. So that's where I'm heading now. Aye, despite the weather, these flights are always a treat. They never get old and I'm looking forward to it. Although, even though they fly at low altitude, I don't think we're going to be seeing much today.
How are you doing?
Thank
Would you just like to stand on there for me?
Thanks very much. Is that me? Okay, thank you. Alright, so we're on our way and there's a wee twin otter sitting there. Love it. And the one thing to always remember when you're getting on a twin otter is to duck when you go in. Oh, I'd actually forgotten how much of a squeeze that is.
Life jacket will inflate automatically. If it doesn't, you can use this top-up tube, and there's also a light and a whistle to help you attract attention. So it should be a nice smooth flight, so enjoy, and we'll see you there in about 40 minutes.
Thanks very much.
You okay with the exit?
Aye, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
He's got the wheelchair ready. Aye, you laugh.
Cheers. So here we are, I've arrived at my accommodation, which is this great setup with huts and bothies and a campsite. I'm going to be in the bothy. I've got no access to there until about midday, about an hour and a half, but that's absolutely fine. I think we'll just go for a wander while the weather is still okay, because around about 5 o'clock this evening, that's when it's going to turn and it's going to be heavy rain, so we'll be safely in the bothy by then, I'm sure. Did you come over here to say hello? Hi. Oh, it's awful muddy, isn't it? Yes. So let me tell you a wee bit about the itinerary for this trip, based of course on everything going to plan. So I'm on Tyree today, I'll stay here tonight, and then tomorrow I've got another flight scheduled that'll take me to the neighbouring island of Coll. Now that's just a little 10-minute hop with Hebridean Air, and Hebridean Air have one aircraft, and it's a little Britain Norman Islander, I think that's what you call it. But it's slightly smaller than today's aircraft, if anything, and with the 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, that might not happen. But if it does, we'll stay in Coll tomorrow night, and then on Thursday we'll get the Calmac ferry back to Oban on the mainland, and then Oban to Glasgow, Glasgow home to Montrose. That's how it's meant to all go anyway. It's going to be a fun couple of days. I think my biggest tip for coming to the Scottish Islands is bring a paper map, because this is the map I've got on my phone. So we're here now at the graveyard at Sorrowby, and it's the probable site of a monastery founded in 565 AD. And what it's saying here is the graveyard became the burial ground for the Clan MacLean chiefs when they ruled Tiree from 1390 to 1680. The ancient cross with a large stone boss is known as MacLean's Cross. Let's see if we can find some of those. I guess this could be one of them here, all covered in moss now though, isn't it? If you ever come to Tyree, you'll soon learn that every gate and every door has to be secured very firmly. It's a windy place. It appears wherever I am, every time I find a cafe or a shop, it always says this. But there's an idea of the menu when it is open. Ah well, just as well I had that breakfast, eh? When you come here like me, just when the season's changing and everything's shut and the weather's closing in, you get a real sense of what it'd be like to live here. Oh man, this is not good. Well, that rain arrived just at the wrong time when there was no shelter, and it just swept through in about 5 minutes, but I am completely soaked. Now I've just seen a sign for Becky Bakes. I think it's a wee kind of like honesty box, cafe, bakery. It appears to be open, Let's go and have a look. This could be the only shop I get today. Would you look at this? Not a bad place to find, eh? Wow. I'm spoilt for choice. I could empty my wallet in here. What's in the fridge? Oh, tiramisu cheesecake. What? This place is fantastic. Well, looks like I'm not going to go hungry after all, eh? There's something about the houses here, they're so beautiful, but they're certainly built for the weather, aren't they? Hiya, pal. Hello, darling. This little village is fantastic, and you'll notice that all the architecture and building techniques are so different from everywhere else on Tyree, and that's because this place was built for the sole purpose of building and servicing Scarinish lighthouse, which is about 11 miles from here at the other end of the island. I wonder if we can see the lighthouse from up the hill here, because we've got a signal tower and they would have communicated between the signal tower and the lighthouse back in the day. I bumped into a gentleman down in the village and he was showing me inside some of the old buildings which are going to be getting done up for the people of Tyree, because there's not enough housing on the island, so it's going to be flats and houses down there. But he was saying it's going to cost millions to get it done.
We've got it listed as unfit for purpose at the moment, so we didn't have to pay council tax.
Aye, quite right. Aye, it's just like a car, isn't it, having it off the road?
Yeah.
So this will all get done up for the people of Tyree?
Yeah, residents, permanent residents. And this is the kitchen, sitting room.
It takes a wee bit more work doing a place up out in the islands than it does in the mainland, eh?
This flat here was the harbour masters.
Oh, right. Oh, what a view as well. I can see why this is perfect for a harbour master. So when will this all be done?
Next year, I hope.
That's pretty quick.
And there's more, there's an upstairs.
Oh, there's more stairs.
Yeah. Just the bedrooms and toilet, showers, whole utility room, bedroom, sitting room thing. Aye, all the holes in the wall was done by the engineers who went across building regulations and
okay.
checking what is needed. And they said that it's needed, just a miracle.
And the guy was telling me that this bit of flat ground behind me here, that's the footprint of Scarivore, so that just gives you an idea of the size and scale of that lighthouse. No, as you can probably imagine, we don't have the visibility to see any lighthouse today, but what I do want to see is some lunch. Let's go. It's just incredible when you think how much this would have cost back in the day, and the fact that they built a whole village just so they could build a lighthouse off the other side of the island. But it might not be as crazy as you think, because Glasgow, the nearest city, that would have been one of the most important cities anywhere in the world. And when you think there have been ships going in and out of Glasgow all the time, and if it hadn't been for the lighthouse on the reef at Scarivore, how many of those ships would have been wrecked and how much money would have been lost? So it just shows you how important lighthouses were back in the day. Anyway, lunchtime.
Are we going for something? I'll just say lunch and that's it.
Yes, I've always been a dreamer, but I
This is such a cool place, isn't it? I wasn't expecting this down here, so it's a proper treat. So I've got a lovely bowl of split pea and vegetable soup, and then a sneaky wee scone with cream and jam for after. Well, there's nothing better than an unexpected cafe, is there? But no rest for the wicked, here we go again. From here I can see right round the coast, and Tyree is just littered with beautiful sandy beaches. The island's a lot bigger than I imagined. I had this idea that I could walk round it in a day. No chance. In fact, I think I might just head back to the bothy now, because the rain is due back in about an hour and a half and I don't want to get caught in it again. In the village there's this cracking little museum and exhibition that tells you all about the history of Scarivore. And there was me saying I couldn't see the lighthouse. There it is, right there. Captain Haddock. Hello. Oh, you don't have to move for me. Everything's all right. The plan was to get back before this rain started, but the rain doesn't give you any notice here. It just goes from dry to wet. The rain distracted me and I've gone up the wrong road, haven't I? So I've got to go all the way back down here, turn left, and then go all the way up the next one. I know. I'm an idiot. I was saying Tyree's actually quite big, and here's an example of what I mean. I believe the only pub at this time of the year anyway is in Scarinish, which is 6 miles away. I was thinking of walking to that pub, but imagine it, a 12-mile round trip for a drink. I don't think so. Look at this, I'm getting a welcome again. Hiya pal, how's it going? What a day, eh? Okay, picked up the bag. Let's go and get checked into our wee bothy. There we are. How much better is this than camping today, eh? Oh, perfect. We've got power in here as well. I've almost got standing room in here, but honestly, what more do you need? Well, a sleeping bag. Do not forget your sleeping bag. Okay, I know this is as basic can be, but I'm actually quite relieved to be in here, because the other option for this trip was to bring a tent, and we all know what setting a tent up in the rain's like. It's not much fun. The only thing I kind of wish is that the Wi-Fi extended down here. It's only available up in the main building, and I could be stuck in here for quite a while with not very much to do. I also wish I brought my laptop, because I could have been sitting here editing, but there we go, I didn't. Alright guys, I'm back in my wee bothy. As you can hear, it's raining hard, but it's actually quite cosy here. I just spent some time up in the main building to use the Wi-Fi and do some travel research for tomorrow. Now, Hebridean Air haven't got in touch with me yet, so as far as I'm aware, the flight is still running even though the wind is off the scale tomorrow, and Calmac have cancelled the ferries, so that's not going to be an option. If I do get stranded here, I just hope the ferry's running again on Thursday and I can get back to Oban to make my connection back to Montrose, but aye, it's really chucking it down now, and I'll need to go to the toilet at some point. That's not a good thought. Oh, and there are a couple of leaks in the bothy, but thankfully none of them over the bed. Good morning folks, how's it going? Well, for me, I didn't sleep too well last night. We were getting battered by the weather, and the poor wee bothy was even leaking at one point. But this morning I was woken up by an unexpected big sun, which appears to have disappeared now, and the wee birds scurrying about on the roof. But what will today bring? Will we get a flight out of here, or will we be stranded on the island for another night? Well, the weather suggests that we'll be staying right here, but I'm going to make you wait until next week for the answer to that. And right now, I'm off to not have a shower because I forgot a towel. Thanks so much for watching, folks. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.